Hello and welcome. My name is Amat Lakhani, and in this video, I will be analyzing some sleeper cards for OP14, the upcoming main set for the One Piece TCG. The first sleeper card for OP14 is Perona from OP12. This is a one-cost green searcher that looks at the top 5 and grabs any slash card or green event, which is insanely flexible. She was ignored because Thriller Bark and Slash decks didn't have a real payoff before. But with OP14 pushing Mihawk, Thriller Bark, and Slash synergies, this suddenly becomes one of the best consistency cards in the deck. Cheap, efficient, and now finally has a real home. Next is the Sugar, and this card is pure control. On play, she rests a cost 4 or less character, and then every time your opponent plays a character, she can rest another one. She was ignored because Don Quixote decks weren't strong enough to justify a control strategy. OP14 completely changes that. In Don Quixote Pirates builds, Sugar punishes white boards and aggressive decks harder than ever. Next is the Dr. Hogback card, a quiet recursion engine. He lets you recycle your trash and pick back up key Thriller Bark pirate cards. Before OP14, Thriller Bark decks were slow and underpowered, so this effect didn't matter. Now, with real Perona support and graveyard synergies, Hogback becomes a consistency and value piece instead of filler. This is exactly the kind of card that spikes once an archetype gets real support. Next is Baby 5. This is one of the cleanest sleeper cards here. One cost, look at the top 5, add any Don Quixote Pirates card. She was ignored because Don Quixote decks were unfocused and green had better generic options, but OP14 heavily commits on the Don Quixote archetype. When an archetype gets deep enough, cards like Baby 5 become mandatory, and that's what's happening here. This is an old school card that people forgot about. For one cost, it searches Straw Hat Crew, and it even has a trigger to do it again for free. Early red decks were all about speed, not consistency, so this got cut. But as Straw Hat engines get more layered, this becomes a cheap way to smooth hands and find key pieces. Old doesn't mean bad, sometimes it just means early. Next is Slave Arrow. This is one of my favorite sleepers here. It's a one-cost counter that gives 4000 power, and bouncing your own character is often upside. The trigger is what really sells it. Draw 2, bottom deck 2, which is pure hand filtering. It was ignored because it's a UC reprint with no hype, but OP14's 7 Warlords support make this an incredibly efficient defensive tool. Next is the Inupe, a common that plays way above its rarity. On play or on KO, you draw 2 and trash 2. That's hand fixing and trash setup. It was ignored because Thriller decks were weak and Inupe's stats are low. With OP14 supporting trash base and Thriller strategies, this becomes an engine piece, not filler. You should never underestimate commons in the right archetype. The last card for OP14 here is Tashigi, a very simple but very important piece. When attacking, she gives a character -3 cost, which unlocks black removal chains. Early black decks didn't have enough cost reduction payoffs, so she was overlooked. OP14 adds more black removal and navy synergy, making cheap cost reduction way more valuable. This is a glue card, not flashy but crucial. This was my analysis on the sleeper cards for OP14. Thanks for watching.